smoke. We've got ignition. We've got everything else. We've got everything else. We are live in the building. Big ups to production and everything like that. Uh, my goodness. I don't want to waste more time than I've already wasted. Big ups, big ups, big ups. Great topic today. Um, Probably better. All right. Surviving Klutch Sports grip on the industry media. We're going to hop right into it. Plus hot political topics. Pull up. The link is pinned in the chat. You can also call or text troll free 424-900-6945. Smash that like button. The views expressed in today's podcast are those of the host, guests, and not necessarily reflective of TATN or any of the affiliates out there. Okay. Welcome to Mouthpiece Included, podcast where we're going to unpack politics, which is sports, politics, and everything in between, which, according to Terrence Howard, everything in between is eternity. This is your host, RNA9 Milz. I'm going to be joined today by the co-host, Big Ace, and any urban Silver Back Guerrilla who still got the gonads for her gonads to pull up today. We dive into the fascinating world of sports media and the powerful influence of Klutch Sports. Founded by Rich Paul in 2012, Klutch Sports Group has been a game changer in professional sports agency landscape. With a disruptive approach, they've negotiated over $2 billion, that's with a B, $2 billion in deals for their clients. This is a copper foundation. Copper ran. It's a copper everything. Owned, operated. So big ups. All right. So big ups. One of the most intriguing aspects of Klutch is the special relationship with LeBron James. Rich Paul, the CEO, shares a unique bond with the king himself. The so-called king himself. Together, they've navigated the sports world, making waves and challenging, conventions. Here's where it gets interesting. They've done a lot for player empowerment. Klutch Sports doesn't just dominate player contracts. They also wield a significant impact and influence on media narratives. How? Well, let's just say they know how to flex. Join us as we explore how Klutch Sports influences media narratives, shapes public opinion, and perhaps even nudges the quote GOAT end quote debate in favor of LeBron. We'll discuss the power dynamics, controversies, and the fine line between reporting and advocacy. Of course, we'll also discuss the latest news and updates from the world of politics. So stand down, stand back, stand by, or pull up. But if you do pull up, do not forget to bring your mouthpiece. And you gotta let them see you smile. One thing they don't like is when a copper colored is out there shining and smiling. Not cooning. I'm not telling you be showing your teeth out there. God. All right. Smash that like button, please. Repost. Come on. Send it on Twitter. Post it on the Reddit if possible. I don't know. All right. We got our co-host, RNA Big Ace, Jackie Robinson's finest. Big ups to Karen, always called the police, not paying attention to what the hell's going on. I mean, we're going to keep it matriculating. All right. Karen, can we get Big Ace's camera on, please?
Mouthpiece Incl.
True. What up? We got some mulligans today. What's going on?
It's Groundhog's Day, right?
Yeah. Everything's good. Everything's groovy. Everything's fantastic. We're in the home studios again for the first time in quite a while. Not traveling today. We had a little rainstorm here in the Shy, so baseball is cut off until tomorrow. The kids are graduating this week, so it's been a great week. It's been a tough week, and it's going to be a fantastic future week. So, Lord, living and giving life. Happy Sunday.
And hats off to all the copper colored out there, Ace. You know, the ones out there they threw on the front line and serve the copper in America well. You know, fighting for the copper colored in America, not getting any credit. Running up there being slaughtered, but completing the task and being the, as we are in the elections, being the decider in all the wars, whether it's internal in this country or world wars. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to those that have served in the military. Shout out to my brother-in-law who's currently a major in the military, soon to be moved up to lieutenant colonel. Thanks for giving your service to the country, those that made the ultimate sacrifice. Shout out to Papa, my father-in-law, served in Vietnam in the airborne. My next door neighbor served in the airborne. Glad they made it back. Had struggles when they came back to the States, but they were able to figure it out, take care of families, build future generations. And they're still trying to help, new soldiers.
Stop you, Conan. This isn't Veterans Day, it's Memorial Day. It's just for those who...
Well, I understand, but I understand.
I don't think you coons
you
come out there, serving now.
We know the difference, damn it. But I want to give flowers while the flowers are able to be given, damn it. And shout out to those who made the ultimate sacrifice. And
I'm just saying, if it was the guys on the block, right, and we talking about the guys who the block is named at Taekwondo World, you know what I mean, old block, then you come out there and shout out to Pookie, he's over there, he at work right now.
Yeah, I'm not giving shouts out to Pookie and Taekwondo and Folly. Yeah, well, they can't hear me, so I'm talking to the ones that are here that can't hear me, and Big Joe ain't here anymore, but he didn't get a sacrifice of war. But ultimately, what he faced in Vietnam led to his demise. So, I want to talk about that too. So, yeah.
And in the essence of time, man, baseball. The only thing we're going to say about this is, we've been here before. It seems like it's deja vu. It's a legit. Yeah. Baseball. Your White Sox look like a Major League Baseball team.
Allegedly. They're playing baseball now. Yeah, they got their pitchers going. Robert's down in the minors, hitting home runs, and eventually he'll be back up with the big club. But somebody's going to get hurt again. We still have suspect management from the general manager down to the field coaches, and these guys. I don't think Major League Baseball respects them like a Major League team. You had a situation in the game the other day that there was an infield fly rule. So a guy hit the ball up in the air, and the guy strays out to second base, and the person from the other team is trying to make a catch. Our guy goes back to second, walks past the guy that's trying to make the catch. And they said he interfered with him during the infield fly rule, and he called the ball that was out, and he said the interference was another out, and game was over.
I heard something about that. There's a couple of bad calls. They're cheating. It's gambling.
Yeah, of course it's gambling. Well, we know there's gambling going on, but my God, so. It was
P. Rose in the Hall of Fame. And what's your thoughts on Sideshow Bob, Patty Mahomes taking his talents and maybe swinging at some baseballs there? Would you take a flyer on him? We were talking about this in our pregame meeting, you guys. You're a GM of your White Sox. You got a shithole team. You play in a shithole stadium. Would you take a flyer, give him a minimum, and send him to Scottsdale?
Yeah. While he's trying to figure out what's going on. Because February. Well, he probably wants some rest after the Super Bowl and the playoffs. But once we get to spring training, actually, he can show up in April here in Chicago. He come out of our bullpen, or he takes some swings at the ball. We do have a
I'd put him
DH.
at shortstop. He's an athlete. He's got a cannon for an arm. His dad played baseball. I'm sure he can throw some leather as good as those bums you guys got out there on the South Side, embarrassing people. You know what I mean? I'm out here, man. Bro, I'm out here, and I tell people I'm from Chicago. I'm from the South Side. Oh, damn, the Sox suck. I'd be like, you know what? You know what I mean? They do.
Yeah, I definitely take a flyer on. Now, does he have part ownership of the Royals? I know he owns a lot in Kansas City, and he can't own an NFL team, so I think he might be a part owner of the Royals. We have to look that up.
Yeah.
So that'd be the squad I definitely have him out there playing ball for. But I want him on Chicago. If whatever's got to sign, come on in, throw it,
Can we get a close? Can we get a close up on Big Ace? He said he wanted to do a rant, right? And we want to get a close up on him. Just let him do his rant here, you guys. And
we want to talk about
and before you
the NFL.
The views expressed in this podcast are those of the host, guests, and not necessarily reflective of TATN or any of its affiliates. Ran away.
Yeah, my rant it's a mulligan of a rant that I did earlier that was Karen kept in the archives, but I'm going to bring it back out here. How about the NFL running a commercial last year, but nobody seems to mention asking for money to send to Israel, text to 1-800 People, $10 to Israel to send money over there to bomb and kill women and kids. They ran that commercial for an entire day, right when that alleged or so-called war against Palestine started, and asked for you.
It's a war against Hamas.
To Palestine, and ask for you to send money to the country of Israel so they can buy more bombs and weapons and kill more women and children and blow up hospitals. And as soon as they realized what they were doing, they yanked that crap right off the air. But nobody had anything to say about that. The NFL never mentioned it again, and it was like it never happened. It was like it was ghosts. And they're still asking for money. However, your current president, is sending them as much money as he can, even though the World Organization is calling for war crimes to be levied against the country of Israel, even though the U.S. doesn't believe in that. But we can all see what's going on, and the NFL, United States of America, the House, the Senate, and everybody is giving money to Israel to bomb women and children. You should be ashamed of yourselves. And the NFL needs to come out and issue a statement stating that they made a mistake, and whatever they can do to rectify the mistake for asking for money to bomb women and children, that should be vocalized, just like they didn't want to recognize the fact that Colin Kaepernick was kneeling to save his brothers and sisters from being shot and murdered and killed by the police. So that was my rant I wanted to give about the NFL. They always get quiet when they do something wrong.
Separate sports from politics, but then they ask you to support bombing and killing innocent kids, allegedly.
Yeah. And only when it fits their narrative, or wherever they can get a percentage of a narrative, which they do, and everything that they have.
What did Kyrie, the anti-Semite, have to say about it?
No comment.
All right. I will say, free Palestine from the river to the sea. All right.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. I had a incident. Well, not an incident. I had a young man. There was a graduation outside the job there, Chicago State, and there's a. It was a young man by himself, but he was waving the Palestinian flag as the cars were passing by, because they're protesting at every American university at all the graduations. And, people are looking out the window like, man, what is he doing there? Why is he trying to start up all the trouble here? Do you know what you're talking about? Huh? What, yeah, I don't. I was just hearing waving the flag. Do you know what's going on? No. Well, shut the.
No,
Take a big cup or shut the f up.
no, they know
And,
what's going on.
and I understand what the hell you're talking about. He's protesting what's going on and why the U.S. is is aiding and
Financing
supporting the.
genocide.
Yes, absolutely. But you just see somebody out there waving the flag you don't think belongs in your neighborhood.
You got
So,
more of a problem with that than, you know what I
you
mean?
know, Pookie running around robbing and killing old ladies, and yeah, the guy standing outside the damn liquor store nodding for 4 or 5 hours. But this guy, you know, at least he has a mission and a cause that he wants to save the people of his country from genocide. So that's my rant. I'm done. But yeah, it's politics here on
Yeah,
Mouthpiece Incl.
yeah.
You know, we come on, people. We got to think. You know, we got to think with more than our mouths. We got to think with our head. We got to, you know,
Man.
we got to think with our hearts. We got to think of all the other people that's in this world that want to live and want to have a good life and want to, you know, and all the stuff you talk about the immigrants coming over. I mean, yeah, I understand that you feel that Chicago is a sanctuary city and you know they're getting more than you and this, that, and the other. But hey, you know, do your thing. Do what you got to do to help your family, and you know, do what you got to do to help other families. And God always shines on all of us. So take care of what you got to take care of. Help who you got to help. And spread love where you got to spread love, and it's all gonna work out for everybody. But you know, just to spew hate and jealousy and racism and stupidity for no reason, it just burns my balls. You know, anytime I hear somebody, you know, come out with these kind of sentiments on people they don't even know, situations they don't understand, and lives that need to be affected by other lives and love. So
Essentially, mainly
I
the
know it's
point of
not the self love show, but it's my rant.
well, it's all right. Everybody gets a rant. You know, you put in a request, man. I'm saying, you know, um it's ignorance. It's what you're talking about is rooted in ignorance. And I was having this discussion with someone. The solution to many of our ills in our communities is something you've probably heard from your elders, etc. If you don't have something nice to say, don't
Hmm.
say anything at all, right?
Yeah,
Our community, whether it's on the internet, whether it's in the neighborhood, yeah, you damn like those shoes. Yeah, man, he gave me, you know, and we used to have more composure than that age. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
we did, you didn't
yeah.
always have
Love,
your
man.
internal dialogue was your internal dialogue. We intend to make our internal dialogue public. It's a knee-jerk thing. You know how they used to tell you things like think before you
Right.
speak case? You don't hear stuff like that. You used to hear men,
Yeah, yeah.
young men, look me
No,
in the eye when you talk and shake my hand firm. You don't hear stuff like that, bro.
no, no. Everybody's out here free balling on crap.
Yeah. Free
Speaking
ball.
of free balling on crap, we got Diesel in the building.
That wasn't
What's
funny.
up, bro?
Yeah, you missed it, D. So we had a pregame and we were talking about the Memorial Day and Ace went on a rant talking about all these people who are currently alive, like you, who served in the military, and I want to thank them and blah blah blah. I said, bro, stop cooning.
Yeah, I want to thank Diesel too.
I,
Damn
I,
it.
I said Memorial Day is for those who gave the ultimate, sacrifice. It's like being on O Block and they celebrating, you know what I'm saying, the guy who the block is named after. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember his name, regardless of how much they
Oh,
tried.
oh,
They called it O Block. They should have called it after his name if you want to really remember. And rest his soul, condolences to his family. I mean, they did that. But the point I'm saying, Diesel, the whole Memorial Day, coons always think is Labor Day. See, there's a Labor Day, Ace, and then there's Memorial Day, and you got to do
damn.
to those people who gave the ultimate sacrifice. And I want to hear how Diesel feels about it because he's military. We're talking
You're talking about
politics.
Veterans Day.
Yes, Veterans Day. What did I say? Labor Day? Yeah, Veterans Day. Yeah,
Yeah.
cooning.
I mean, most people they don't even we talking about vacation. So they don't even look at it like what it's actually for. It's let's go out of town. More
Right. It's a
people are
day off.
traveling right now than any other holiday. Man, they don't care about that stuff, man, at
You're making
all.
a good point because Memorial Day, I've had people say, when you be like, yeah, happy Memorial Day, and there's people who actually lost someone, their dad might have served, or their brother, or their husband. They're not happy on Memorial Day. It should be more, I think, a somber occasion, kind of like, sort of,
Yeah, they don't. I mean, it's taught from when you're a kid that it's a party, it's a barbecue, it's a
Yeah.
go out of
Yeah.
town. You're not taught that it's
The
hey,
NBA
this is
playoffs are
actually
on.
for this is
Playoffs.
actually for people who died serving the country and stuff, and they don't look at it like that. They look at it more. They look at that Veterans Day more so
Don't
as
they?
Memorial Day.
Don't they? But it seems like the military knows the difference. It seems like the military tries to celebrate it for those who gave. You'll see them at the
Oh yeah,
Arlington Memorial.
oh yeah. The military knows the difference because they know that Veterans Day is it's for anybody that served, that was a veteran,
That's right.
So
and they also acknowledge those who may have passed that were veterans. But they know that Memorial Day is really for those that passed.
And these are lessons, not lectures. We have fun here to talk about Conan, but like Ace knows the difference, obviously. But we got to make sure at least you know what I'm saying? Because I'll be Conan, and then somebody be like, well, I know, I'm just Conan right now. I'm just having a little fun. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't necessarily say that, but right. But you don't want everybody to think you're ignorant if you're not necessarily. So big ups though to all of them. To this point though, big ups to you, Diesel. I mean, it don't hurt to do that. But I don't want to, take away from those who ultimately gave that ultimate sacrifice. But you took the risk. You know what I mean? And I think that's what Ace was saying. You signed up. You signed up to take that ultimate sacrifice if necessary. And that's one thing I didn't do. So
Yeah, I was talking to one of my buddies a week or two ago. We were talking about all of the guys while we were in that ain't here no more. It's past. And what's funny is the majority of them, I don't think any of them passed while we were in. Like nobody. Like no, I think maybe one guy that wasn't directly like with us, but we knew him. But the majority of the guys all passed from stuff
after the good
what we would call the streets.
I had a
Outside
homeboy
of
too.
the
Go ahead.
outside of what you yeah,
One of my
outside of the
homeboys,
service.
yeah, one of my homeboys served in Iraq or whatever, came back and got shot over a dog. Yep. What
Oh
do you
man,
think it
it's
is?
I don't know. I know one guy. I never forget when I was getting out. So back then, most of the guys who were in, just like when you're in I guess when you guys was at U of I or whatever, that camaraderie. But most of the guys while you're in, that they're looking forward to getting out, going back where they came from to do X, Y, Z. Yeah, you have a couple here and there that are looking to stay in, but the majority of the guys that I knew, they were looking forward to getting out, going back to wherever they from, down south, East Coast, Midwest, West Coast. It didn't matter. They were looking forward to getting out. And there's one guy, I remember, I'm getting out. He was from my ship, and I'm seeing him on the West Coast, and he was like, I was like, man, what you doing here? Because I left my ship from when we were in the middle of the Gulf. And he's like, oh man, I'm about to get out. I was like, for real? He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm so am I. They got me out here out processing. He's like, man, you want to buy this car?
Process.
He had like two cars, right? He's like $500. I said, man, I'm not driving home, man. I'm about to catch a plane and be back home within a couple of hours. He's like, all right, man, I'll talk to you. So I never spoke to him, seen him again. I would see him on Facebook though, because some of the guys occasionally would do reunions, right? Man, this dude gets killed in his hometown like last year in the fall. Shot.
But see,
dead,
that's
gone.
something nobody's talking about. So these are, I'm glad you brought it. Something I'm having to do my spidey senses are tingling. Because like when I've seen cats, man, they'll do a stretch, in jail, and it hardens you in a certain way. Same way like the military is creating killers, people have to be able to defend this country and do the ultimate, kill. And I think a lot of cats, when they get out of jail, they come back on the block, and a lot of them get murked out too. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm a strong gun, And then a lot of military cats been so aggressive, and that adrenaline's been flowing, and they've been so dominant. They got this whole army behind them. Now you back on the block. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? And I don't think maybe they're training people to say, hey, man, y'all got to debrief y'all and tone y'all down when y'all coming back into society that, these guys on the street ain't as disciplined as y'all. You know what I mean? They'll kill you over nonsense.
Yeah, it's more, like I said, way more guys I know. Man, I think I knew one guy that passed while we were in, and it was natural cause. It was like a heart attack or something. And another guy, while we were in, got shot in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's in the service or whatever, just happened to be wrong place, wrong time, and somebody was shooting at somebody and got shot. But outside of that, every person I know that's passed that was in the service with me, it's all been something that had nothing to do with the military.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. All right. So big ups, y'all. One thing I'm gonna say is this: playoffs, y'all. NBA playoffs. I hear these guys talking. It looks like it's over in the West and the East, but all these guys are saying, "I can't wait to get back to the finals. I can't." And I guess, and I was first saying, like, man, this is that Klutch influence, that get back to. Why isn't nobody saying? Michael Jordan wasn't saying. I've never heard Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen talking about, in the Eastern Conference Finals, man, I can't wait to get back to the finals. I never heard them saying that. Like, it seemed like their mindset was always getting another ring, getting a ring. But now the whole talk is about getting to the finals.
Well, I mean, I think LeBron's changed that narrative that getting to the finals is what you need to do, and let's see what happens from there.
It's that New Jack way of thinking. The teams who used to lose, man, it wasn't just the Bulls, but if you got to the finals, or even if you was making it to the Eastern Conference Finals, your thing was, we gonna work harder next year. Work harder next year to achieve what our ultimate goal.
To get over the hump.
Yeah, you don't hear it, man. These guys. I've never seen this many guys get hurt in playoff series. After another.
No, you've seen them get hurt, but they used to suck it up and play.
Oh, yeah.
If it's the Eastern Conference Finals, you know what I mean? They used to suck it up and play. They don't do it no more.
You might see one player get hurt where they are, but you're seeing multiple guys from multiple teams.
Well, because Klutch Sports, and this isn't a Klutch basketball, their agents are saying this is going to hurt your playoff numbers and your analytics. And these same owners are going to use this to negotiate against you in your next contract. They're not going to say, well, Ace went out there and played for us, and they're not going to value that. They're just going to look at the numbers.
Yeah, he was hurt. He didn't. We can't give him the bag.
Yeah, that's what they be saying. He was hurt. Yep, he's always hurt or something.
Oh my God!
And I think that's what the players are thinking of.
Yeah,
they're already talking this new TV deal, which is going to end up ending TNT or whatever, right?
Yeah, what, Shaq and them getting fired?
Yeah, they're not gonna no. Unless they come.
Man, if they don't start a podcast, they're ignorant.
No, I'm sure they're gonna do something. I'm sure
Kenny, Shaq, and you know what I'm saying? They should do their own podcast.
Ernie.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll do something. But
I'd replace Ernie with JJ Redick.
They're saying the next max NBA contracts, when this new TV deal kicks in, $100 million a year for a player.
My gosh,
$100 million a year. I'm saying to myself,
don't get me wrong, I want
them to get all of the money they can get, especially if the league is making up here I get
Billions.
what you can get, right?
Right.
But I'm saying to myself, like, how many players in this NBA are worth $100 million a year? I mean, just looking at them, like, I mean,
None.
man, maybe in a year or two, the guy Wemby, maybe, something like that. In a couple of years, maybe, but my
I go
God, the way they get hurt,
$100 million a year.
Get hurt, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the power of Klutch and these agents, which we're gonna get into. But what's your thoughts? I'm gonna throw it to you, Ace. Watching my son, who's a 19-year-old, kind of getting a lot. He's passive aggressive here, in my opinion. But these are LeBron's. This is LeBron's take. Watching my son, who's a 19-year-old, kind of getting a lot of animosity and hatred towards him when he's just a kid trying to live out his dream. We have grown ass men and women out here doing whatever they can to try to make sure that does not happen. That is the weirdest thing in the world. You guys, and I want you honest, I'll start with Ace. Have you guys noticed any of that? And you guys are parents. Well, Ace, you are. Have you heard any of this from what he's talking about? Even on this show, as hard as we go.
Yeah, his dream. He's already hit the lottery, so I don't know what he's talking about. His family and his sons and his grandkids and the grandkids are taken care of.
Hatred.
If it's your dream,
hatred.
No, I haven't heard any
hatred towards Bronny.
I haven't heard any hatred or vitriol. I've just heard people saying that based on his numbers, based on his physique, based on his skill level, he's not ready to be in the NBA.
Or now, it would benefit him to stay in college another year or two. Go ahead.
Or even if you want to set up the situation that you're saying that you're taking him out of college and it doesn't benefit him to be in college, it'd be better off for him to try and find a G League situation where he can get stronger and improve his game. I can understand that, but to force the NBA to put him in the draft and the draft combine, and you're taking somebody else's spot in the combine to have your son there who hasn't earned it, I don't believe, to be in the NBA draft combine, even in consideration for the draft this year. So, I think they're just trying to spin a narrative to get everybody off of Bronny, of saying that he's not ready.
Right. And so it sounds like you're saying, you don't agree with this take. Now, you're a parent, Ace, and so, Diesel, watching my son, who's a 19-year-old, that's an adult, kind of getting a lot of animosity and hatred. This is passive aggressive as F towards him when he's just a kid. He's 19, trying to live out his dream. We have grown ass men and women out here. So if he's dominant, he's a grown ass man, right? So if he says anything about a 19-year-old in the NBA, about any player on his team should be better, that's already playing, then he's a hypocrite. If he's saying anything about any player who's playing for him, because that's somebody else's son, then he's a hypocrite. But go ahead, Diesel. I just want to hear your take on this.
He's way oversensitive, trying to control the narrative. If the critique isn't a good critique, he don't want to hear it. You're bashing my baby. You're bashing. And the other part of that thing that you got there, it was another part that he said that was in comparison to Caitlin Clark, where they were and see if you can find it, but it was a whole nother paragraph that he said trying to compare what his son's going through to the stuff that she's going through. No, man, your son is trying to come to the NBA. He's gonna get critiqued, just like every other player, the same way he was critiqued. And
Caitlin Clark broke the NCAA record for scoring. Go ahead, Diesel. I mean, keep Caitlin Clark's name out of your mouth when you're talking about Bronny's career.
Yeah, And here's a guy, his son, that's look what he's barely played in college. He's got a heart
Right.
condition. His numbers, he averaged like not even 6 points a game. So
4.8.
you're gonna hear people critique him. That's their job. So again, he's upset because he's taking the criticism as if it's not good stuff, don't say nothing at all. You're trying to ruin this kids. You're ruining their dream. Nah, dude. How you said that about other kids, other than that wasn't your son that tried to come into the league? Did you say that? You never heard him saying a word about that. So, nah, I don't want to hear it, bro. You then don't take your son. Don't let him come to the league. If you don't want him to deal with what's going to come from it, then that's on you. Even Jordan's kids, when they were playing in college, they
average more than that.
Well, average more than, but people were critiquing their game. They were talking about them. Oh man, blah 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 blah. But I never heard them being disrespectful towards his kids. It was just critiquing their game. The one that went to U of I, he was okay. His brother, the one that's been dating Scotty's ex, he was the one with the talent, but he went to the school in Florida, right? But you never really heard them, like I said, taking real shots at them or whatever. They don't do that. They just critique how they are as a player, what they see them and their potential. So he need to get over that. He need to get over that and quit trying to use his son to put it in the same comparison as Caitlin Clark. Because I wish you had that other paragraph that he said with that statement.
Comparison one of the greatest women's players in the history of college basketball, compare her son and play. Did he play 15 games this year? Bronny and LeBron needs a tougher skin. Or I don't know if it's just the narrative that LeBron is putting out to protect Bronny. I don't even think Bronny is
LeBron is the one who
going along what's going on.
Yeah, LeBron I met Bronny, man. Bronny's a good. Let me say this. I get nothing but great energy from Bronny. I met him at a high school when my niece was playing. He was there watching the girl from
Juju.
Juju. Yeah. And I don't know if they were an item, but it appeared that maybe they were because he was there with the team. He was cool, man. Like I should have took a selfie with Juju, but didn't take a selfie with Bronny. And he's probably wondering, like, damn, this son of a bitch. Yeah, I'm a Jordan guy. I think I had a Jordan jersey on too. You know what I mean? Like he was cool. Like he didn't seem like he seemed humble and everything, man. He seemed like a really good kid. He was talking to people. So LeBron, great job, you guys as a parent and everything. But I'm saying LeBron kind of put the target on his son's back.
He shouldn't have said anything.
Correct.
He shouldn't have said anything along those lines. Because now it's going to bring a bigger target. Because you know what he's trying to do? The same way before a series starts and you trying to lobby the referee to get calls. So you trying to set it up so people don't take shots at him by trying to put it, but it's going to get the straight opposite effect. Man. It's going to be 10 times worse.
Man.
Because now the trolls know they're going to say, oh, I don't even care. I don't even watch basketball. But let me go piss him off.
And as a parent, you have a lifetime right to protect and stand there and fight for your kid, right? But society, just like I got a video I'm working on about Barron Trump being the Antichrist, Damien. Once you turn 18, you're an adult. Now your parents can be like, oh, he's a kid and all this, and he's a kid. He's 19 years old, ready to play professional sports. He's getting NIL.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He wants to take somebody's job.
Come on.
Is what he's trying to do. Yeah.
Correct.
Is he ready for that?
Right.
Is he ready to work?
Because if he's a kid, then he should stay in college another year or two.
Yeah, when my son
he missed most of the season because of his heart. Let's be honest. He wanted him to come to the league so he can play with him before he's done. That's what it's all about.
Period.
That's the
and
whole
thing.
And he
can have that in his legacy. And he can have that in his GOAT legacy.
That's the whole thing he's trying to do.
Yeah, that's
anybody else gonna be like, no, he about to play.
But he wants his cake and eat it too.
Exactly.
Looks like I lost y'all, or is it me?
Yeah. I think it's you. I think he just, he has Klutch Sports, and and he can
Let me get
do what he
Lauren.
wants to do with Clutch Sports. So with Clutch Sports, they can set the narrative that Bronny's ready for the NBA. We're going to set it up next off season where you can have LeBron and Bronny, because he's not going to get drafted, I don't believe.
But
And
see, if LeBron wasn't so self-serving, Ace, why wouldn't you just take a year off then? Take a year off, and then you could play with your son when you come back.
uh, because if he takes a year off, it's over.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be able to come back
Really?
after taking a year off.
Nah,
Really?
Not at that.
With his compression
nah,
suit and the deer antler spray?
nah. I
Wow.
don't give a damn what he's taking.
It wouldn't matter if he was on that Balco stuff like they allegedly said.
LeBalco, that's what they were calling him, LeBalco.
Yeah, yeah. Once he steps out of the game, his body's gonna tell him that's it.
And I'm
Man,
gonna
I
get
get
this.
it.
But as
It
long
would
as
be a
he's
good thing to see him and his son playing together, if it happened naturally.
Hey,
But
and I'm gonna get the
because
trademark.
of what happened with his son,
Yeah,
with his heart,
yeah.
that's just saying, like, dude, it's probably not gonna happen.
Hey, I'm gonna get the
Right.
trademark and everything for Prince James.
the
So,
Balcon.
yeah, I'm smarter than all of them.
Mhm.
Prince James, you know what I mean? And I get princejames.com. And they'll come talk to me, LeBron. Stop you. Only deal I want, stop saying you're the GOAT. I want you to come out here publicly and say that Michael Jordan is your daddy and you can have the rights to you know what I mean?
Prince James and the real
Correct.
Prince James.
And I
Yeah,
want
all
your
that.
son to kiss Michael Jordan's 6 championship rings live on TATN, and you can have the rights to Prince James. We'd go viral.
All right.
We'd make more money off of that
Definitely
video
go
than we
viral.
would.
Doing anything.
That would go viral, boy. Bronny kissing Jordan's rings, boy. Oh, that'd have 65 million views. Today's topic: surviving Klutch Sports grip on the industry, plus hot political topics that we've been unpacking as we go through this. All right. So the NCAA has agreed to pay its players. Karen, if you can bring this up really quick. Now, this is interesting. Desktop 2. There it is. Let's close that. Now, this is interesting. I'm just going to read some highlights from the article. I'm not going to bore you guys with the details.
Shout out to production.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to cool it up, you can cool it up on your own time. Yeah, bore you. All right. So this is according to was that ESPN, as you can clearly see. Historic settlement. Historic, you guys. The Power 5 conferences and the NC2A's board of governors voted Thursday to accept a settlement. The antitrust, the more than $2.7 billion of back damages, and a new revenue sharing model that comes with the settlement of House versus NC2A and 2 related antitrust cases mark a distinct pivot for college sports. Writing, confusing. Coaches, the coaches are getting paid.
Yeah, they've always gotten paid.
All right, here it is.
Took care of their families. Mistresses.
So they're basically going to be sharing money.
girlfriends.
How much money is it? I heard they get each school can share what, $20 million with the players. Is that the number y'all heard? I thought I was sharing.
Yeah, I think that's the number I heard.
Yeah.
But they gotta pay the past players as well. So I don't know what the settlement agreement has come to for that division.
Yeah, they're
one
paying them pass back to like
players.
2012. They're going, not all the past players. It's on
Yeah.
2016. Yeah. So what's y'all take on this? You happy? Like, how do you feel, Ace? I mean, your kids are already, well, you got one on the way, so.
Yeah, I got one probably, got a retro track coming, and I got one that's going to be part of the NCAA machine or whatever the hell is going to be going on in 4 years. I still want them to go to school and, possibly, on to another career after that. But, we never know what life is going to lead to. And I don't know.
It's crazy. Y'all got master's degrees.
It's crazy situation that you're gonna have these kids going to school and being employees of the university, as well as athletes and students. it's just something to ponder over the next few years about what's really
Ain't it?
going to happen.
How's that going to affect the
Because
minor leagues? A player like Deuce has opportunity. He can maybe go to the A's, get drafted high, right? And he's choosing college. It used to be I go to college, get the education, get a little more time to become pro, versus I ain't really down for school, and I'm gonna go the minor league route. Or if you were a natural, you went the minor league route and you went straight to baseball. You know what I'm saying? So if Deuce is a natural, would you your family's a little different because y'all have this education. Man, would you be upset, I should say, or disappointed? Would you be disappointed if Deuce said, Dad, I know I got accepted at Stanford, but I was drafted in the first round and I want to go the minor league route?
I mean, I'll tell him like I told his older brother, who wanted to. They all want their own money. They all want cash. They all want, to buy their stuff. The 600. It was $600 Balenciaga shoes back in the day. I was like, hey, you got your whole life to work. So you can go to school, enjoy school, and learn some things about the world. Get you some education, and figure things out about yourself. Then you're going to go into the workforce, and but it's still going to be his decision.
Right, you'd be
it's hard to
proud
tell a
either
kid that's
way,
being drafted in.
you'd prefer yeah.
It's hard to tell a kid being drafted in the first round to go to damn university and see what happens there versus you
But
have
the
an opportunity
university
right
now is
now
gonna have a
to
nice
go
package
into
for
your
him, though.
craft.
Yeah, that's
Allegedly,
true. No, they should have a decent
allegedly,
package for him.
yeah,
I mean, if
yeah. They
he
ain't
was
gonna.
drafted in the first round out of that 20 million, they would probably give your son like 2 million of it. Diesel,
Yeah.
what's your take though? What's your take on all this? These amateurs getting paid and it's changing the amateur
They
status to
ain't got
professional.
Well,
nobody to
before,
blame but the NCAA, Double A. It's their fault. They've been screwing them for decades.
That's what Ace has been saying.
Getting over, not paying these people, getting all of the money, putting sanctions only against certain schools when they get caught giving people money, and the penalties ain't usually that harsh because they all in a conglomerate. So no, they got nobody to blame. That's why you got people like Nick Saban who ran and retired because he couldn't handle it. Now
Did he
everybody,
they
retire?
knew what was coming.
yeah, he retired.
Yeah,
He got
Nick
out of
Saban
there.
retired?
Yeah, couldn't
yeah.
handle that. So this ain't like what it. No, oh what? Because you used to could control
Yeah,
getting
he's
all
been
of
to
the
run
good players.
slaves. Yeah, he used to
Your
run
alumni was
slaves.
probably playing
Yeah.
them under the table
He
more
was
than
running a
and
plantation. This ain't a
yeah.
plantation no more.
Now you
Yeah.
can't deal with it because it's more.
Nah.
Everybody can spread the money around and
Yeah.
get people. So no, I got no. Let them get what they can get. Now the only thing with the see, it depends on the sport because that you're playing as far as those nil deals. The baseball players ain't getting a whole lot of nil money, okay? Because again, what is
No, they
that?
didn't get.
Yeah, what is that sport going to attract as far as revenue from a crowd
Yeah, I mean,
watching baseball?
let's say for instance, Ken Griffey Jr. when he was coming out, if Stanford was trying to compel him to go there, I think it would benefit that
No,
school because you don't think
not like you
people
would.
would
Not
go
like
to the
you.
game?
No, man, you got to understand the minors. When you get drafted in the minors, that first round, it's pretty much how much money
Yeah.
can play almost like the
You
NFL
get your
pays
bonus,
for.
signing bonus.
Yeah. You get a
Yeah,
contract guaranteed,
but you're
right?
not getting that going to college in baseball.
But I'm saying if you're a stud, they gonna cut you at least $1 million to compel you to come to the school, right? First, now you got the jersey money you get for the NIL. What I'm
Man,
saying is,
maybe, bruh, maybe for baseball. It's
yeah, if you're a
still not.
stud,
It's not, but
Well,
they're developing
well,
while they're in the
okay, I
minors,
got what you're
right?
saying.
So your
But some
hype
kids
gets
get called up after 6 months. These are and they're in the majors.
they,
Doc
they
Gooden,
well,
Doc
well
Gooden would be an example. Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
in this day and age, maybe so because you're seeing what they're doing if they're putting up videos on YouTube of what they're swinging or pitching. somewhere else, then maybe you get a little more hype behind you. But
yeah,
still, you go to college, man. It's not you. And generally speaking, how many years you got to stay there if you go to college? You can't
well,
just
if you're a family like Ace, you're probably gonna want your kid to stay at least 2 years, and then he can finish his degree. Once he starts his pro career. I mean, that's been done. You just go to school in the off season and stuff. Finish up.
Well, for baseball, normally kids. First of all, the NCAA doesn't allow a baseball team to have enough scholarships for the entire team.
They
They
usually
are
partial. They usually give them partial.
Yeah, they're granted 11.75 scholarships for the baseball team, which they cut up for the players. Now, if you got a number one draft pick
Talking
type
about a
player,
Doc Gooden.
you can
I'm
bring.
talking about like your son is
Yeah,
an ace pitcher, and he's hitting the ball like Otani. And I hope you're developing him like that to
yeah,
be a two-way player
But that's
and not limit itself just
in the
because he's not
minors,
Asian.
though, man. Doc Gooden is developing in the minors.
but
He's not developing in
but
the
that's
college.
changed in the last couple of years with the NIL money.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
But again,
yeah, that Gooden really was. He was natural.
It's not a lot
That's
of
what I'm
NIL
saying,
money for
Ace. Doc
baseball
Gooden was
players.
natural. Kerry Wood had that before he even got. That's what I'm saying. It was just teaching them some fine tuning and calling them up. Man, if you're gonna tell me Kerry Wood was at Northwestern, Ace wouldn't have been like, man, I'm gonna go see this kid pitch. You know what I'm saying?
Now wait a minute.
Have been like, let's go see this.
No, but there's a bunch of people that can throw over 95.
Yes.
Miles an hour.
But they don't have to control
like
that.
Right.
Yeah, but they can't throw strikes.
Right.
And throw strikes. Right.
Yeah,
they could.
Yeah.
But what you learn in those farm systems.
Bro, they was in those farm systems for 3-4 months. These are guys I'm talking about. Those cats that is just a matter of time. And come on, these are Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds.
No, look, I'm not disputing that. What I'm trying to tell you, bro, is
Bryce
there's
Harper.
not a lot of NIL money in baseball. There's just not, bro. There's
But
not a
for
lot
them,
of
it
money.
would be, I think.
You would have it now, though. You would
Deion Sanders would be an example. You want Deion, but he plays football too, so he would be getting. He would have got money on top of money when he was in college.
But the major programs got the money.
Yeah.
Yes. From the football program.
The Texas A&M's, those teams you see in the College World Series.
Yes. Texas.
Yeah.
Those teams baseball teams would do good, but they still.
As an athletic director, I would find some money for Ace's son. If you're telling me this guy is pitching like a Maddox, and this guy can throw some leather at a position and hit a baseball, I'm sorry. Me as an AD, I want this, and he's a good student. He's testing well. I want this gentleman on campus for as long as humanly possible. It's good for the LeBron.
Here's the bottom line, though. It doesn't generate a lot of revenue for college. It just doesn't.
That's what it does.
It could if you market it right, though. You get Worldwide West involved.
You're talking about the past.
Yeah,
I'm talking.
Go ahead, Ace.
I'm talking about the select teams that are on television that got TV contracts that are in the SEC, that are in the College World Series every year. Those teams are making money. The SEC is splitting up that money. The Big Ten is splitting up that money. These teams are making money. I'm not talking about the community colleges players that are playing are trying to make it up. I'm talking about those teams that are on television on ESPN, that's on the SEC network, the Big Ten network, the Pac-12, all these networks that are developed. The university and NCAA has been stealing money from years from these kids.
Still,
and it's over with. So now you got to give it up. Now it's not going to be in comparison to football because they're not filling up 100,000 seat stadiums, but the money is there based on the TV contracts and that these kids are developing and being part of for these major universities and these major conferences. So
hey, Diesel,
there's some money there.
Ace, we asked Dennis Stallings, and we got to get him on the show.
There's not a lot of NIL money from college baseball as compared to going to the minor. It's just not.
We asked Dennis Stallings, who was a 6th round pick in the NFL. Big ups, brother Stallings. Sat with us on the Self Love show. Played for the Titans. Played the Super Bowl. Got him a ring. We asked him how much he estimates he lost, since they didn't have NIL. And this guy was all Big Ten, and then that last year, I think he was like All-American or something like that. And even in high school, like he came out of high school a top 10 player in the country because he played defensive end at East St. Louis and tight end. So he was literally a top 10 player in the country. And he $1 in today's money.
Oh, we lost you. We didn't hear you.
Yeah,
1.8 million. He estimated that he lost, but he was a top 10 player coming out of high school, out of East St. Louis, and he estimated NIL he lost $1.8 million. That if they had NIL, he would earn like $1.8 to $2 million. And this is a guy who got drafted in the 6th round. So it tells you how the NCAA has been stealing all their money.
Oh, I told you they've been doing it for decades, man. Primarily for basketball and football players.
Yeah, advertising.
It hasn't been baseball players per se, because again, baseball has the minors that players can go.
That was taking talent but that was because they get paid in the minors. And what I'm saying now, that's what he's trying to say. Now they can get money in the college, so some of that talent could now make a better, wholesome decision to now go to college, pursue the degree, and make money.
Again, though, if that sport is generating you revenue in college, it's got to generate revenue.
No,
baseball
it's about marketing. It's about marketing. Does a local?
You're gonna have to pay for it. You're gonna have to pay for the marketing for your baseball in college to generate revenue for your baseball.
No, I'm saying
you're talking about
chicken company wants to hire Ace's son to be a spokesperson for Harold's Chicken on the campus. That's how they make money. They make money doing commercials for people locally, car dealership commercials.
I understand it's coming from a third party outside the university, but they ain't going to want to sponsor you doing this kind of deal unless that sport is being shown a lot. You see what I'm saying? If there's a lot of people,
it depends on your internet buzz. If you're you living in the past, bro. These people be having followers.
That's right now. You can't look.
They be having followers.
Football is ruling because of what? No, I do understand.
No, the internet, bro. Like, so I don't know how many followers Ace's kid has, but when you're a stud in sports coming up, these kids have an internet following that they already had before they even get to college. They got people following them. They're building
2 million people.
Yeah, people are advertising just based on that. Now they have a buzz. They have their own brand. They have their own brand before they even get to university. So you as a business person, you're saying, hey, I want you to sponsor my company like on the internet. I want you to be a spokesperson. They make money like that. They make money on
dudes still making money going to the minors. They still getting the big money, and that's the quickest way to the majors. You going to college is not the quickest way to Major League Baseball.
If you're a stud, bro, you can go to
it's not the quickest way.
That's not the
quickest way.
That's not necessarily true.
The minors are quicker to the major leagues.
That's what you're trying to tell me. You're trying to tell me if Ken
Griffey
Jr.
Listen to me.
Now you keep referring to Ken Griffey Jr. He's from the past. That's from the past.
The number one draft pick this past year.
Go ahead,
if
Ace.
he went to college.
Okay, if Otani would go ahead, Ace. Go ahead.
The number one draft pick from this past year was a pitcher. I forget what school he went to. Pitched. They won the College World Series. Got drafted. Went to the minors, and now he's pitching for the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's all within 6 months.
See?
So that's leaving college, going to the minors, get a little training, spring training, and now he's in the show.
That's right.
So I mean, it's different avenues. I mean, some kids. Well, a lot of the foreign
baseball is a quicker path to major leagues than college baseball.
Minor league baseball might need a quicker path to be minor league baseball.
Correct.
That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make it to the pros.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't say that it did. That's a whole different argument. I'm
There's
talking about
38 years old still in the
minors. The quickest path to the major leagues is through the minor league system. As of right now, as it stands today. I ain't saying you can't make it to the majors.
Let me ask you,
college.
if you were a kid coming out and you're a stud, and we'll say you can go to any university, University of Illinois, Northwestern, Stanford, any of the best schools in the country, you're a stud baseball player, but yet you got the Yankees or the Cubs or somebody saying, hey, look, we believe in you. You know what I mean? And we want to make you our property right away. You still go to the minors. You can still have deals, internet deals, because you still got a buzz. Do you take the minor route, or do you start working towards your degree? Do you value an education?
Hmm.
No,
College
if
experience.
major league teams are interested in me and it's my dream or goal to be a
That's your
major league
dream.
baseball
Yeah.
player, I'm going to
Hmm.
the minors. I'm going to take that minor league money and I'm betting on myself to make it to the major. If you go to college route, chances are you may not even the majors may not even be a goal of yours. You know what I'm saying? It might not. I mean,
Mhm.
you can go that route, but the majors may you might
Yeah.
just
But
be
you're
using
over
baseball.
glossing Ace's statement. I'm gonna throw it to you, Ace, when he said when they said those guys already got it. That's the guys I'm talking about, Diesel. It's guys who already got it, and it's just a formality. You go to the minors, we teach you how our calls, our shifts, get a catcher to warm up to you, whatever it is.
But those guys that you're speaking of, man, that's like very minimal. You're talking about superstar
Yeah,
talent.
yeah, the
That's
naturals.
very
That's what I
minimal.
said.
Yeah.
The
That's
naturals.
Yeah.
very
No.
Yes,
minimal.
yes, and I'm
Very
saying
few.
if your kid is a natural, they can take any option, and it might be good for them to take 2 years in school.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'd rather do it in the minors. If that's my goal to get to the major. Now, if my goal is to like, hey, I'm gonna just use this to
So
prop
would you
whatever I
rather
already
the
want
G
to.
League experience, or would you rather be at Duke for a year or two?
It depends on your situation, what you're trying to do. You see how many guys was going to the G League
Yeah,
when they see where they was getting drafted
Money's
at.
the same. Just say the money's all the same. Matter of
the
fact, you're
same.
making more money from Duke.
Yeah, yeah.
What would you
Nah,
do?
because some dudes could just go straight to the NBA now. You don't even got to go G League. You get drafted.
But
It's
that's the
you
same
getting
thing,
drafted.
right?
If you don't make the team, they can send you to the G League, and
But
they
say
still
like
got your
Bronny.
rights. So it's different.
Bronny could have gone to the G League as opposed to going to USC. And he could be there right now playing professional, to your point, playing professional sports. He'd be under contract for an NBA team. And
Mm-hmm.
when they deem that he's ready, they can call him up. Why do you think
Mm-hmm.
he didn't take that route?
Because he's trying to cut angles. He know if he goes to the G League, he gonna get it. He possibly get exposed by all those other dudes that's hungry down there, coming at him harder
So why
because
can't that
who
happen in the
he
Major
is.
League Baseball in the farm system?
It's
Why aren't those kids hungry? The
different.
poor kids, the poor and
Not
stupid
saying
ones
they ain't
coming
hungry,
from the
bro.
Appalachian Mountain.
It's different. You can't just compare baseball and football, two different sports, bro. Can't do it. Can't do it.
All right, all right. We belabored it. Let's get on with it because the executive producer is going to be in my ear any minute. Like, what the hell is y'all
All right.
trying to move around?
What's going on?
All right,
Come on.
all right.
Sorry, Karen.
Halter Top struggling. There's y'all. Halter Top has been struggling in the OTAs, you guys, and your local media meathead pundits seem to be in a tizzy. Is there any there? Because they were saying when it was let me finish Diesel. They were saying when it was Justin Fields that at this point in training camp the ball should not be hitting the ground. And there was points where the ball was hitting the ground. They said Caleb was making wild plays, but the ball was hitting the ground as much, if not more, as when Justin Field was taking over at the helm and running those camps. Is there, you guys?
What's the?
Good.
I mean, what are you talking about? Because he's throwing. People ain't got nothing better to do. You complaining about him throwing balls that might be hitting the ground? Are you kidding?
It's not me. It's coming from the media. They said he's been
Ah.
looking bad, and the defense has been dominating in practice, and the quarterback's been looking bad. That's what they've said.
What camp is this? Mini camp or something?
Yeah,
voluntary.
voluntary.
OTAs.
It's like let's see when you get to mini camp and some real game. I'm not paying that no attention, man. Did we pay attention to that with any of their past like 10
Yes, that's what I'm
quarterbacks? I
saying.
don't
Yes,
no. I
yes,
don't
they were
remember.
doing it
I
with
don't
Justin.
remember.
They
No,
were, bro.
no.
They were
I don't
nitpicking, and I
remember
told you,
nothing
and I
about
told you
Justin
they were
Fields
going to
at
do it to Caleb.
OTAs.
They
I don't
were.
remember
They were
nothing
saying at
about
this point the ball shouldn't be hitting the ground. Go ahead, Ace.
We haven't had any number one overalls before, quarterbacks. But also they're saying that two of his offensive linemen and his a couple of receivers and such and such aren't
He's
here.
not here.
So wait till everything's all great, and then you can
Oh,
assess
they're making
his skills and
excuses
talent.
for him like the way they're making excuses for him like the way you made excuses for Justin Fields, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
And
They're making excuses for him already, is what you're saying. Like the way you made excuses for Justin Fields. And so all I'm saying, Diesel, is I'm in the middle here. I'm clearly in the middle. When I'm
I
going
don't
to
buy
straddle.
that. I don't buy that. The weight
I'm
leans on
straddling
your
the fence.
scale. The weight leans like this on your scale.
I'm
Bam,
straddling the
to
fence,
Fields,
there, fella.
okay? This is how the weight leans on your scale to
Oh,
Fields. Just
Fields
like
is not
that.
in the Bears uniform. He's gone.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. What lies in your heart is you're supporting that guy.
No, well, these are analogies, and here's what I'm asking.
Plays for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's a true question. It's a true, and he said he's not planning to be on the bench either. He said he's going for that position, but the starter. But here's what I'm saying, though. I mean, I think it's a valid, fair question. And the 707s is what they're talking about. Is 707s, and they were saying that when professional quarterbacks are playing 707 drills, they said it could be Nick Foles. They said at that point it's advantage offense, and they said that you don't. The expectation in 707 drills is for the ball not to hit the ground, and they said the ball kept hitting the ground with Caleb, and if he's drop dead gorgeous, generational, et cetera, I'm just saying, is there there? Just ask.
He didn't have his number one receivers.
And the receivers were dropping it, or what? What's going on?
You see, talking about the receiver here making excuses for Caleb.
Did they say if they dropping the ball, they dropping the ball?
You hear that, Ace?
I didn't see that.
This
with
is
Fields,
what he
right?
was saying about Fields, though. You can't see it.
Fields didn't have people dropping the ball like that. Fields wouldn't throw him the ball.
They dropped the ball all the time on Fields.
Bears receivers were not in the top 10 and drop balls.
You hear this?
No, they weren't.
You hear this?
Nah.
Yeah, you know why? Because they weren't nowhere near the damn ball.
And sometimes we didn't have time to even get the ball to him because it was a Chinese fire drill at the an Asian fire drill at the offensive line.
Yeah. Your quarterback was busy running wide open receivers didn't want to throw it. But
it doesn't matter. He's in a better offense for himself now, and
he's in a better place. He's gonna put up Pro Bowl stats. Gonna be all pro in Pittsburgh.
Well, he still doesn't have the weapons that Caleb has. That's for sure.
No. Pittsburgh got good receivers.
No. They don't have the weapons. He don't have the weapons that Caleb has. Everybody knows.
He doesn't have the weapons.
All the pundits.
No.
All the pundits.
Caleb's got the.
Caleb's got everybody now.
Good receivers.
Caleb's got everybody.
You never heard them say last year, year before, that Pittsburgh's receiving core was bad or suspect. Nothing like that. So I don't want to hear.
You've never heard anyone.
The best receiver was a rookie last year.
You never heard anyone say that Pittsburgh's offensive players are extra special besides that number one receiver, besides Pickens. That's it.
No, I hear them saying their receiving core was suspect.
Okay, so
name another. About the quarterback play.
Name another player. Name another player. You say Pickens, and I'll give you DJ Moore. Now name another offensive player. Name it on Pittsburgh. Then
Fire
I'll give
moved their tight end. Washington, the other receiver.
So we'll
Pittsburgh have
we'll
receivers,
give you commit.
We'll give you commit.
And who's the other?
Washington.
Washington.
So
he was okay.
Give him Romo, or you want to give him the Hall of Famer that we just picked up to go up against him? And who they got at running back? Come on, bro. Even the
my boy.
Bro, the media is saying that Pittsburgh don't. Why do you think?
My boy Warren. Warren was a beast last year. A beast.
No.
Okay.
Warren. I mean, I done props on him every week.
Okay, so the only thing Pittsburgh's offense was missing was a quarterback.
And they had old boy Najee Harris last year too.
Okay. So Pittsburgh has more offensive weapons than the Bears.
I don't know what they.
So that's why they. That's why they fired the offense coordinator last year, right?
Man, come on. Now Swift, DeAndre Swift said he's the best talent on that offense, boy.
Man, they had him working out with his running backs coach the other day. I meant to send you the video. My gosh.
Yeah.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah, Swift said he's the best player on the team, bro. We got weapons. Yeah. That's for sure.
Now look. The Steelers got, because I think one of their receivers left because of free agency. They still got George Pickens was the one I was trying to remember. So Pickens,
we all know him.
Van Jefferson. They picked
The
him
Bears
up.
should have drafted him.
Yeah, the offensive line sucked. They just drafted a rookie on the line. They got the
got
same
Freiermuth.
problems the Bears had.
Fadamutu.
Yeah. They were a 9-8 team last year based on the strength of their defense.
Yeah, they fired the offense coordinator in the middle of the season.
Yeah. Bro, this ain't just me talking. All the NFL pundits are saying
Cordell Patterson is with them now.
I mean, come on.
Man, the Steelers, man, look, don't try to make excuses for Fields when he does
We're
the
not.
same thing.
I'm just saying that he
No,
doesn't
that's what you're trying
he
to do.
doesn't have the same weapons.
You're trying to do some LeBron stuff right now.
No, he just doesn't.
You're trying to plant the seed.
He doesn't.
You're trying to premature plant the seed.
The Steelers are going to put their defense out there and they're going to run the ball down your throat the entire season.
They're not that good, so yeah, we can make the expectations low for Fields like they've always been. Low.
You see that? The guy who was just
Don't
making
expect
excuses.
anything from
The guy who just asked
Don't
if the
expect
receivers were
anything from
dropping the ball for the rookie.
Yeah, Fields, they wasn't dropping the ball for Fields. Fields wasn't throwing the ball.
You're making
they dropped the ball. He wouldn't do it to you.
They were catching everything.
The question is, why are you making excuses for the rookie?
This is Fields. This is Fields.
Yeah, but look, he didn't have, but his fingernails weren't painted.
Man, he didn't need him painted. What for? He gonna run. He gonna get him dirty. He gonna get mud and dirt on him when he runs.
Well, that's the book on. But that's the book on Caleb. Can he play in scheduled play?
Hey, I don't care what color his fingernails are if he can throw the ball.
But can he play? Passes, can he play on schedule? They're already asking. Can he process? That's the question on Caleb. Same thing they asked about.
I got a poll question.
We'll find out.
Who's going to win more games, the Steelers or the Bears?
The same thing. I don't care. He ain't in our conference.
Oh, that's a great poll question.
I don't care. And he got to start first. Caleb's starting. He got to get over there and start. Now,
they're both playing a team.
Can he beat out Russell?
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win more games? The Steelers or the Bears? That means you're expecting Caleb Williams to play all 17 games.
Well, you guys picked. First of all, you guys picked the Bears in 1.0 to win 13 games. So the question is how many games you think the Steelers are going to win? And then if
I'm a Steelers fan, y'all are both of y'all. All of a sudden,
see how he avoids the questions, Ace.
Yeah,
I'm no Steelers fan. Y'all are. Y'all
it's an NFL question.
That's all.
It's
a sports question. It's a valid question.
It's an NFL question asking whether one sport NFL team will have more wins than the other team.
Very valid. One has the other team's quarterback, and the other, has the rookie. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all Steelers fans, black and yellow. You're an alpha for real, Mills. I know that. You're not really a noob. Look at the black and yellow. 1906. Yeah, I know what y'all like. Y'all Steelers fans. Undercut.
Hold on, Mills. I understand. We need a team. We need to add a third team with a pink quarterback in there to get some kind of response out of this guy.
Yeah, I would say the Packers, but he was a Packer fan until they got the Jordan Love.
Man, Jordan Love is better than both of them dudes in Pittsburgh. But y'all Steelers fans, I get it.
The starting quarterback is going to the Hall of Fame. So Jordan Love's a Hall of Famer. You're saying Jordan Love's a Hall of Fame?
Better chance than Justin Fields ever would.
No, you said the two guys in Pittsburgh, the two color guys
in Pittsburgh right now.
So one is going to the Hall of Fame, and one is at the beginning of his career.
I don't care. He going to the Hall of Fame. So what? I bet you, Jordan Love, his career, if injury free, he'll be better than Russell Wilson.
Wait a minute. So if Jordan Love goes to the Hall of Fame, then your glory boy quarterbacks apparently is not going to be successful.
Why wouldn't he?
Winning the
you
North.
Have Hall of Famers in the same conference?
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Same division?
You can't. If you're not the best, listen. If you're not the best quarterback in your own division, you're not worthy of the Hall of Fame.
The fuck out of here.
Name it when it happened. You name one time.
Playing a team twice.
You name one time where it's happened. You name one time where it's happened.
You ain't playing a team twice. You easily go to the Hall. You only play them twice a year.
If you can't dominate your division, you have no right to the Hall of Fame. That's right. All right, let's get to the top. One thing about Bears Super Bowl shuffle. Anybody watch the draft highlight video they posted? It looked like Deion Sanders' son posted it. They were all at the draft and, and tweeting each other and high-fiving and this, that, and the third. And Caleb slipped something out. When Poles called Caleb, he said, yeah, I've known for about a month. And then Caleb said 5 months. So Poles is a liar. And Ace has been saying that. Poles known for 5 months he was moving off of JF1. But do you think it's too much hype that the Bears should temper this a bit, bro? They're hyping this up a lot.
I think they need to get into the the preseason. Figure out who's they've already given this guy the number one position at quarterback. And we gotta start building our depth because what are the chances of him playing 17 games in the playoffs as a rookie in the NFL? So they're counting on him to, number one, win, get us to the playoffs, and play the whole season.
Well, you got Bilbo.
Okay, so you count on Bilbo as well. Now, what if Bilbo gets hurt? This is the NFL.
I mean,
Caleb's out, Bilbo's out. It happens.
What's that? What was the question?
Okay, he's saying that they're counting on the rookie not to get hurt. Ace doesn't believe in his durability because Ace is a Justin Fields guy. He's a bear. Justin Fields got hit hard.
Well,
we saw it.
Fields got hurt.
We saw people pile on him, and he got up and he played. The point he's saying is we're counting on a rookie to stay healthy. And I said, well, we got Bilbo. And then Ace said, well, Bilbo will get hurt too. And that's where we are.
Oh, well, I mean, you didn't say that when it was Fields who got hurt. And he filled in for a couple of games. You didn't say that at all. So Fields got hurt every year. Every year that he played, he missed games.
Right. It's the NFL. That's what happens.
Yeah. So you should have the same thought process.
Right. The backup comes in, Ace. That's what I'm saying. Bilbo comes in and plays. Now, you must not be satisfied with the backup.
No, the star is our generational talent is going to taking us to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think the problem with this scenario, I think maybe Ace is saying we could have had a Justin Fields as a backup or even as a starter. That's what he's saying. I think maybe that's what he's saying.
No,
even if
absolutely
you could have brought Justin Fields in, and yeah,
that's true. Right. That's like trying to mix a Coke with a milk.
That's like trying to win a championship. Yeah.
It's like trying to make a good business decision.
You can't have a Joe Montana and a Steve Young on the same damn roster. Doesn't make sense.
You can, and both of them can throw the ball. Yeah. If one of them can't throw the ball, you cut your ties.
Yeah. You know where Steve Young he's coming from Tampa Bay, and they thought he was a bum. They thought he was washed up, so they sent him from Tampa Bay, and he went to the damn 49ers.
Yeah,
Hall of Fame.
He could throw the ball. Yeah, no
He
problem.
was a running quarterback.
Who could throw the ball?
So it's Justin Fields. He's a running quarterback who can throw the ball too.
Who can throw the ball?
We had a running quarterback who can't throw. That's why he cut ties. Yeah. Smart move.
No, the team was terrible. That's why they cut ties.
DJ Moore was throwing the ball to himself, all season.
Cut your ties. Get rid of it.
I'm just thinking of the business decision of a team trying to win a championship.
That's all he's saying is we could have had them both instead of the 6th-round pick.
No, you don't want them both because all that's going to do is try to create some turmoil.
It's gonna hurt Haltertop's feelings. Haltertop ain't man enough to be able to deal with the pressure of having a grown man in the building who was only 1 year who's only 1 year older than him, but had 3 more years professional experience.
Yeah, and we want
now this guy comes in as old. This guy's as old as Bayless Jones was when he came into the game. And you guys
quarterbacks try to give me advice and he don't want to hear.
But he's 75 years old. Like and that's one thing DJ Moore was trying to say. DJ Moore was like last year. He was like, "What? Justin's 23." You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. And Caleb's 23. I'd rather have a guy who's already been there and had the hard knocks, and he's only 1 year older than this guy instead of spending another 2 years waiting for this guy to learn how to be a man.
Well, this guy here, he didn't want to listen to vets who've been playing the position. He didn't want to
allegedly.
Allegedly, and they took bums.
Yeah, y'all ain't bringing that up. Any little whisper about Caleb, You want to talk about that, but
we talked
let's
about
move
that
on.
last week. We talked
We didn't
about
really
those
want to
two.
talk
Talked
about
about
it. We
all
didn't
of
really
The
that.
want to
two
talk about
bums. The two
We
bums
did.
wanted to tell your quarterback what to do.
Listen,
it. You
Those
know,
guys can't
two
run.
bums. They never
we didn't
said
want to
anything
talk
about it
about it.
before.
We didn't want
Nobody's
to talk
confirmed
about
it. Everybody
Because
else has
look
said
where
it's
it
a
was
lie.
coming from. Y'all didn't want to
Yeah,
talk
come on.
about it.
All right, LeBron's legacy.
I haven't heard either one of them quarterbacks say nothing about it.
Let's talk about.
Now,
Yeah,
usually the quarterbacks will come up and defend it and say,
the
"Hey, that
career's
never
over.
happened."
Why would you talk about that crap?
That you
Yeah.
usually had them come and say, "Hey, that never happened." He was paying attention in all of the meetings. Usually, a quarterback will come and say that about a person, right? If
Their
it didn't
careers
happen.
are over. Nobody wants to talk
I
to them,
haven't heard
just like
neither one
Justin
of them.
didn't.
Exactly.
If
You just
Justin
said it,
wasn't
right?
doing
Just
that,
ignore it.
if Justin wasn't doing that, the media and our team would not have been saying the entire time, he's the first one at practice, he's the last one to leave, he's in every meeting, he's working harder than everyone
He
else.
could have been the
Up
first one
until
at
last
practice
season,
and the
he was the
last one
hardest worker
leaving
on our team
if he
until
was
DJ
playing
Moore came.
if he was playing this damn Nintendo Sketcher, whatever them things are. Maybe he was
But
playing
that would have
that when
come
he was
out.
supposed to have been
He's
listening.
copper colored. It would have come out if he wasn't studying. It would have come out, and they would have had a clause in his contract. Come on.
No. They might have tried to cover for him to try to hold up his.
But he wasn't a Fields guy. Why would they cover that up? It makes no sense.
Because you want to try to hold him high to get his trade, so you could trade him. You don't
So you
want
can get
those
a
kind
6-round
of issues.
pick for him.
That came after the fact when nobody wanted it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
Hey, let's just get rid of this guy, right?
They
The
were
league
trading
is
him
in
last year.
collusion. Nobody got their
wants
contracts
this
extended.
guy.
Nobody got their options. Can't you see the bigger picture? Can't you get
wants this
outside of
guy.
your nonsense?
Let's just
The
get what
league
we
is in
can
collusion.
while the getting is good. Let's get it while we can.
Karen,
Let's
we showed you the data. Nobody's getting there.
Let's get rid of this guy.
Let's just play Jason Goff.
We tried.
Let's give him $200 million.
Let's give Goff his money.
pink.
Yeah.
Nobody wants him.
Let's give Goff the pick
ties.
6 his money. All right. Surviving Klutch Sports. Let's move on. LeBron's legacy. So first off, what do we know about Rich Paul? Who's Rich Paul? I see him talking to LeBron and texting and like this. What do we know about Rich Paul, guys? What do y'all know?
Man, listen, I'm not down.
Nobody's down. We're not here to down the business. We're getting there. We're going to get there.
I'm saying, if we're talking about Klutch Sports, my problem with
I'm
Klutch
asking
Sports,
you a specific question. Who is Rich Paul?
I'm about to tell you. That's his boy. He got like 3 boys. Rich and this other dude. That's his boy.
Then they ball together.
I don't know about that.
In high school, I don't know if Rich ball, but they were on the same team.
He made it as an agent. My hat's off to him.
As a lawyer.
As a sports agent.
Yeah, not just an agent.
Congratulations.
They damn near tried to change the rules because of how he was doing with kids from college. Almost the same thing. Park it right there.
Who is Worldwide West?
I don't know. Kanye West son?
Worldwide West. That's LeBron's homie too.
Yeah, I say he got 3 homies.
That's someone he played with. Yeah.
No. So Worldwide West is a master marketer. So when they were in high school, they played chess, not checkers. LeBron masterminded all of this. You're going to do this and all right, if you want to be a lawyer, you're going to be a lawyer and you're going to do this and you're going to do this. So Worldwide West is a genius when it comes to, controlling narratives and marketing on the internet and things like that. He made himself very accurate with that. So he's got this posse. We think, to your point, Diesel, we like how they move. This right. We don't down black companies on this show, but I do want to talk about. It's alleged that Klutch uses package deals to get lesser's deals. For instance, you want Benji Wilson, you gotta sign Urban Small over here to a deal. Y'all got problems with that?
I mean, most of the super agents of the past have always done that to get one of their lesser known clients or lesser paid clients some more money or leverage. They leveraged them with the higher talent.
It ain't even the agents; it's the damn players.
A superstar client.
Look at Giannis. He get his brother in Milwaukee, right? Yeah, that's Giannis. Jalen Brunson goes to New York.
No.
It's dead
You're
because
talking about now.
Yeah, you talking about now, but they learned that from LeBron and Klutch Sports. Klutch Sports started that.
Well,
they gave the players the empowerment.
It's been going on before that, though. Players, it's like perks. It's like perks. Like, hey, you getting me? Hey, you're gonna have to do this and bring this guy too.
Right. That's what Ace is saying. Ace is saying the pink agents have been playing this game forever.
Yeah, they've been doing it for years, bro. It's like using the private jet, different things that's basically almost in your contract.
You give me a good deal here, and I'll make sure you get Deuce. I'll make sure Deuce.
Give me the skybox seats for the whole season.
Yeah.
I'm coming there. Yeah.
So now that the world has changed and these players have realized that they don't need agents for one, or definitely not a pink agent, now you have a company with the makeup of a Klutch Sports to change the game. Yes, they are a monopoly.
Black agents, Ace, and now you got black players who don't want to use agents no more. But go ahead, Ace. Go ahead.
It is interesting. Yeah. But yeah, once a monopoly is formed, then you have that option whether you're going to go for self and hire your attorney to negotiate the slotted deal, or you want to join a agency like Klutch Sports that you need those big name players, and those lower name player needs an agency like that to get them the deals that they may not have gotten without a Klutch Sport conglomerate being out there with all the opportunities available to them.
Well, Diesel, should sports agencies be able to manage coaches and sports media pundits at the same time? Because I have a list. I'm gonna show you guys.
It's a conflict of interest. It's a big time conflict, and you shouldn't, because man, I don't want to say that you shouldn't be able to, but because it is a conflict, because those media people aren't gonna the same way that you see people who are under Klutch not criticizing or critiquing LeBron on his game and stuff. He can do no wrong with those people, right? So you don't want your critics to be biased. You want them to be unbiased and judging everybody the same. So from that standpoint, yeah, you shouldn't have that. But hey, how you gonna stop it?
I'm gonna throw it to you on the same question, Ace, and I agree. And Diesel, and if they are gonna have it, they should start out, hey, if they're gonna talk about Klutch Sports or anything, or they should start out saying, hey, I'm represented by Klutch, and then say whatever they say. That, you know what I mean? So then I could throw it out and say, this is total bias nonsense.
Well, I mean, if the league doesn't have any problems with it, there's no regulations against it. Why should we care? They're building the conglomerate of Klutch Sports. Now, eventually, of course, they probably want to think about branching off into XYZ management versus Klutch TV network and such things. So those relationships are a little bit far off, or arm's length, but we'll see that will probably happen in the future as they keep growing and
but we're talking integrity. Yes. We're talking integrity of the whole sport, Ace.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
And we're talking coaches and media pundits. So potentially, if I'm in charge of Klutch, I could orchestrate a situation where LeBron wins another chip and could become known as the GOAT.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So if I'm, let's say, Disney, and I can create a situation where LeBron can win a chip at Disney World and be considered the GOAT. What's the difference? Except these guys are black. So go ahead, Klutch, Glutamate Corporation, do what you got to do, and I'm down with whatever they're doing. Nobody says it when Disney does it.
So this goes back to what you've been postulating. I somewhat agree with what you said, but you're saying it's okay just because they're black? Two wrongs make it right? I mean, yeah, is that well, go ahead, Diesel. It's on you.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that.
No, I know you're not saying that. I was asking Ace, but go ahead, Diesel. It's on you.
No,
I'm saying it
So
because they're a company.
I remember a few years ago, it was something that they tried to do to Rich Paul. Was it the NCAA? Something with the back. Some of the coaches were complaining.
Yeah, it's getting too powerful.
Yeah,
Uppity.
it was
And
almost
Mooley's
like
getting too much power.
like how Nick Saban was complaining with college, the way it was headed, and they were trying to spearhead that.
Deion's getting too big.
So, I mean, I don't mind him doing whatever business he got to do. The part that I got an issue with is when you try to, if these people you're representing, if they don't agree with your narrative or point of views on some of your clients.
And they have never disagreed. I'm going to go through the list. Now, Big Perk has recently started disagreeing with the narrative, like on everything, which is obvious that, Klutch Sports probably told him, hey, man, some of us got to start disagreeing. So when I give you the list, but when I name these people who are managed by Klutch Sports, it's all going to make sense when you hear the nonsense that's been spewed from their mouth. I'm going to have Karen pull it up, but you guys go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, if Disney can do it, Klutch can do it.
Now, wasn't hell, I think Jay-Z even had his agent license, but then they made him revoke it because he was a part owner.
Live Nation got in some trouble. Yeah.
Because he was part owner of the Nets, so he had to either give up his agency or his license to agent, to be an agent, or give up the ownership. Because you couldn't
change the name, sold it off.
That's a conflict of interest, right? So
sold it off.
I don't know if he still kept his ownership.
And Ace, I don't know if the white agencies were managing media pundits. You're a sports agent. Why are you managing sports media pundits? So I mean, I know they're not doing it under the Klutch Sports. They have Klutch Management. So they're under another umbrella
because of them contracts. If them media getting contracts in the millions, you want to represent them.
So why wouldn't you represent a regular media person on the Channel 2 News that does the weather?
They don't make millions of dollars.
They don't make millions. They got agents too,
and they're not controlling the narrative you want to control.
Right.
But you're calling Klutch sports agents. I mean, they probably have their view of the world as, we're here to negotiate whatever contracts need to be negotiated under the Klutch agency. So like I say, it might just be semantics, and I believe it's just because they're doing what other corporations and Disney is doing, and nobody wants to compare them to Disney at this point.
I mean, well, we're going to need some data on that. You keep allegedly, you keep saying this and that. Disney's done it, this and that. We're going to.
I mean, they own it. Don't they own everything?
Yeah, do they? But do they?
Yes, they do.
But do they manage the actors that come on their show? Do they manage the directors? No, they don't. No, they don't.
They write the scripts for ESPN.
All right. Okay. All right.
No, they don't. They don't write the scripts.
Yeah, let me just give them the list. Let me give you guys the list here because we're going down.
So Disney doesn't own ESPN?
They own them, but they don't.
So if those people say that what Disney does not want them to say, you think they'll still be working there?
Just because you own something doesn't mean that you write scripts.
You control it, huh?
You put a person
forget writing scripts. You control it, right?
So just because you own something, like Diesel can own a McDonald's and decides he wants to piss in the milkshakes.
You leave that up to whoever your general manager or whatever
there's oversight.
That particular group.
Yeah, there's oversight.
So you got a person who's in charge of ESPN, the president of ESPN, and then it would trickle down.
There's antitrust.
Now he's going to be held responsible when some stuff goes bad.
That's right.
But it doesn't mean just because they own it that they controlling the scripts.
Let me, and I'm not here.
Listen, you keep saying scripts. I'm talking about narrative, just like you're talking about Klutch Sports controlling the narrative.
No,
there's a narrative for a Disney Corporation.
because it would still go all the way down to who's ever the specific person handling
First off, big ups
Okay.
to Spencer.
what
Big
parts
ups.
of ESPN.
Oh, you guys.
Speaking of,
You're right.
Big ups to Spencer Smith. He said, "Yo, I think Caleb Williams is going to become a bust." Wow.
Oh,
Y'all got any comments on that?
yeah, we haven't got the training camp yet.
Yeah, remains to be seen.
We'll see.
Remains to be seen. You guys aren't
we'll
saying.
find
You guys
out.
aren't. What do you mean? You guys aren't
What do you
saying.
mean? We'll
No, that's not.
find
You guys
out.
aren't. What are you talking about?
If I say he's going to be a Hall of Famer, what you going to say? We're going to find out.
If he came in, big ups to him. If he came in here and said JF1 is going to be a bust, I wouldn't be like, we got to see. We're going to have to see.
He already
seen it. What
if he said that, it would be like, yeah, we've already seen that. So what?
Well, that's what you would say. But I'm saying. What I'm saying is either you agree with this or you don't.
No, I mean, that's his opinion. You got an opinion. We gonna see what happens.
Yes, but this is what we do. We opine on opinions. We're pundits.
This is generational talent, damn it. I think we're going to the Super Bowl in New Orleans this year.
You guys are the same guys in the 1.0 who picked us to go 13-4 this season. And so Mr. Smith says you think he's going to become a bust, and you guys say you don't know.
Him to be 12-5. So
that's what I'm saying.
And
I can clearly say I disagree with Spencer respectfully with his opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're gonna see. I don't know. We're gonna see. You guys,
we'll go to the Super Bowl.
We'll see. I'm saying it sarcastically. We'll see.
We'll go to the Super Bowl.
All right. Here's the list, y'all. Now it makes sense. Kendrick
We're
Perkins,
going to Super Bowl. Okay.
Kendrick Perkins is represented, and this was confirmed by Fox. All right, Doug Gottlieb.
All right.
Fox. We don't know what's in Doug Gottlieb's heart.
Yeah.
You know why he's doing this, but he said Kendrick Perkins from ESPN, Klutch Sports, Brian Windhorst, the big fat one that's always talking about LeBron and his legacy, and LeBron's the great and he's better than Jordan. Same thing, Klutch Sports. Richard Jefferson, another moron who sits up there and talks about LeBron. In my opinion, he's a moron. Sits there and says LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. Is signed by Klutch Sports. And this is all Diesel's talking about. We're not here to talk about Disney, but we'll talk about it. I'm going to get there. And I agree with you. I don't disagree with you, but I'm saying. Yeah. This is what we're talking about. We're taking anything away. Diesel started the show saying he's not here to bash Klutch Sports. We all agree with this. We love their power and black power. Damn it. You know what I'm saying? Richard Jefferson.
Let's talk about it.
We're just giving information on how Shannon Sharp, the one with LeBron James blankets, LeBron James PJs, Shannon Sharp. With sports. Chris Broussard, another one who out of nowhere, NBA analyst out of nowhere, started saying LeBron James was the GOAT. And last but not least, JJ Redick. Now, bro, none of these guys are even. All of those guys are LeBron is the GOAT.
What about boy from First Things First, who's Nick? What's his name? Nick
Wright. Yeah, he's on there. Nick Wright. Yes. Yes. Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, all of them. All of these LeBlame is the GOAT pundits. All of them are with Klutch. And I guess, Ace, I would do the same thing, right? If I had an agency and I was pushing Deuce to be the GOAT, I guess I would do the same thing. I would do the absolute same thing. That's what I said. I'm not knocking what they're doing. It's genius. But let's call it spade, bro.
I mean, you're saying it's a conflict of interest.
It doesn't make LeBron the GOAT. That's all I'm saying.
Well, come on. We already know
that. There's a couple of people out of that group that doesn't hold back against him when they feel he does stuff wrong. Chris Broussard, he will state his own opinion because he gets into it with Nick Wright all the time.
Oh, he does. He does level them off. Yes.
Yeah. He will go against them. Perk just started occasionally saying something because he's got no choice because they ain't making it to the final. So
and they getting exposed.
Right. So
Dreamers Pro, your boy Dreamers Pro has been talking about this. That other dude on You know the one. It's a bunch of them, small internet podcasters. Yeah, and that's got picked up by Fox talking about this, bro.
Yeah. And then the players that they have, they got a lot of NBA and NFL.
Oh my God!
players.
When you start looking at a list of that, even
they even got Juju Watkins.
Of course,
she's under Klutch.
Come join the family.
Yeah, that's gonna be his daughter-in-law. I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him at all. And I had a selfie with her and deleted it. We could have had her on the show if I would have asked the question. If I said, "Come on the show," I don't be wanting to ruin their careers though, because you know we talk a lot of shit on here. You know what I mean? And ruin their NIL money and shit like that. You know,
there's no reason for that.
Yeah, so those are the pundits, and we all agree they could be biased. So I want to hear you guys' final words on this. I mean, Ace. Well, I want to dig into what Ace is saying here. Conglomerates. I think what Ace is basically saying is this is how conglomerates work, and they shouldn't work this way. But Donald Trump has been maligned for his business practices, and Donald Trump will come out there and say what Ace says. It's always been done. This is what these businesses have been doing. I've worked within the rules. Nothing I did was illegal. And, you know, if you don't like it, you don't like it. You know, they need to change the rules. So ultimately, yeah, they're playing within the rules. They are, well, I'll leave it to you guys. What's your final words, Diesel, and then I'll do it to Ace.
I guess it would be if you're a media person or a reporter, ethics is the key.
A journalist.
Yeah, ethics. So if something's unethical, you kind of lose your credibility. So once you lose your credibility, who really wants to listen to you? Because they can't trust what you're saying. So now, as far as the agency itself, whatever they're doing, if they're going by the rules, I'm not knocking them for going by the rules, because that's what these other people been doing for years, all these years, and nobody's ever said anything against who's some of them sports agents?
Laventhal and Horowitz, Woodstein and Goldfein.
What's the Scott Boras? These guys, and I don't even know the names of the agencies that they represent.
Gold Penis and Wolf Farm.
Know them as an agent. And they've been doing that kind of stuff, man, for years. So, yeah, I ain't got nothing against them. I just question when the ethics come involved. Are you making your clients have to agree or be on the same page as you in regards to certain players or clients that you represent? You know, and that part I don't like. That part I don't like. It's the ethics part of that I don't agree with. They should be able to stand on their own too. If they don't even like or if they like a different person other than the person who's your guy, you shouldn't be able to tell them they can't speak on it or have. And I ain't saying that they do that, but it sure is funny how all these guys seem like they all got the same point of view on LeBron James.
So sure, are you saying that since they all have this and continue, they all have the same point of view and they're all represented by LeBron's company, because we all know he's part owner, you can't take anything they're saying about LeBron, even the good stuff, you can't take that at face value.
No, because it jeopardizes their integrity. It's like, man, is this guy really telling me some truth here, or is contaminated?
Broussard is the only one who I don't question his integrity on that list. He's the only one.
Yes.
Regardless of him being signed with Klutch.
Because I hear him when I feel like LeBron messes up or does things in terms of on the court, or even like his statement about his son and comparing his situation with Caitlin Clark. He comes out and voices it and doesn't hesitate. He's not scared, like, if there's going to be some repercussion or something.
Well, they say he's a real Christian. He don't cuss. He don't drink. He doesn't. Yeah, they say he's really one of those true Christians. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't. And I tell you, Nick Wright, there's some times where I seen him where if he did curse, it would be Nick Wright would them push him to the limit, and he still doesn't curse.
He still don't cuss.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wish they didn't have that. If they didn't have that part in there, that I wouldn't really have any kind of problems per se with Klutch. I like to see a company like that taking over the growing, building, getting clients. And they only got a few college people. From what I can see, 5 people. Juju Watkins, Justin Edwards, Bronny James, Nolan Hickman, and a Jackson Shellstad. And 3 of them guys, I don't even know what sport they play. But with that Neil stuff starting to, get more and more popular, I'm pretty sure they'll get more and more clients going forward. So I wish them the
I'll
best.
tell you about conflict of interest. When LeBron, since he owns part of Klutch, I'm sure I have to look into that. I'm sure he was one of the original investors. When LeBron pays his fee to Klutch, LeBron then gets a piece of that fee.
Probably so.
Yeah,
genius. It's genius.
It is.
Part on probably so.
It is genius. It is
Say
genius.
myself.
It is unadulterated.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're not doing anything that, man, we wouldn't have sat down
business
and
people do all the time.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if he is, so be it. I got no knocks with that.
It's genius.
Well said.
If he's a part owner, yes, he's going to receive something.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
For sure.
All right, Diesel. So you got anything to wrap it up, and then I'm gonna throw it to Ace for his final word. Other than that, enjoy your memorial.
Nope. That's it. I'm out.
One love, bro. Appreciate you.
All right. See y'all.
Peace out. Yes, sir.
All right, Ace.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that. My idea about Klutch Sports is the same thing I was trying to iterate. I guess I did dump off into the other company, but it seems like everybody's comparing Klutch to an ethical line in business that I guess all other companies that are trying to form a media empire or a management empire or just an empire biz-wise in general, everybody has to brush up against it in order for the company to grow. And any company, any entity, I believe that would be that big has to have a certain narrative for the whole company, a certain guideline that the company falls under. And you may have your people that you bring on to I guess call the company line, such as a Chris Broussard, somebody with a good image, good family, Christian values. So he's beyond reproach when someone comes and comes after him saying, well, you're part of Klutch Sports and you're going to say whatever they want to say. Like, no, that's not me. And you might have another person, and somebody that you can trust with your company, and as well as calling your company to task. So for me, I believe that they're doing their thing. They're growing like any company that will grow that's in this space, that has their hands in all these different markets, all of these different sports agencies, all of these different management opportunities, and you're just using what you got to get what you want. You're using your entire company from the bottom to the top. Everybody is involved in being the best that you can be. So, shout out to them. I got nothing against it, and I was just comparing them to what has been going on for the history of time, as far as companies are concerned, especially in the sports arena. That you rub my back and then I'll rub yours, but I also know this guy over here that can shake your hand when you need something else in this arena. So hey, shout out to the Klutch Sports and whatever corporation goal that they have put in. If it's all built around LeBron, we rolling with Brian. If it's out about LeBron and movies and management and
and,
sports and
and now
television and
Generation Two.
internet. Yeah,
Yeah,
you get you can get to them right away. Now you got the next brand manager coming in from USC to the NBA or to the G League or whatever the hell he's gonna do. I mean, I'm sure Bronny's got at least 3 or 4 million, 5 million followers as a young man himself. So, um, yeah, I mean, it's genius, and if you can get into these leagues that pay us, that they make you pay yourself, then darn it, it's absolute genius. Is it right that they would have them call LeBron the GOAT? Um, Maybe that's an ethical question, but as
hold
far
it,
as I'm concerned,
hold it right there. That's a good point to
yeah.
park it. Because I was having this thought, and I was going to bring up in rebuttal to your final words. I didn't
Hmm.
take the time, which I should have done. We'll have Karen look into it. Maybe we can follow up on this next week. It could be the case, Ace, because the smart thing to do, like if we sat down, the regulators sat down and we said, this person X, say if it's Tory, he's about to go off and make hundreds of millions of dollars, right? And we're going to plan this whole
Right.
thing out. And we say, man, we need friendly media people, to try to take the risk to try to manipulate media people who may have integrity, who can then come out and expose you and write articles and go public and tear Tory down or your brand down would be more
Mhm.
risky as opposed to saying, hey, why don't we just go out and pursue and sign media people who are already friendly to us? Maybe they do.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe they said, we're not going to sign somebody who's a Jordan guy, but these guys are out here already espousing nonsense.
Right. And try and convince him to be a LeBron guy. We don't have to do that.
No, we don't have to do that. No, exactly. We're going to go out and get the guys who are already LeBron guys or who are
Yeah.
already espousing nonsense just to be ironic and to get click views. Because that's how it
Right.
started.
Yeah.
It was nonsense to get clickbait. And then, and people got famous off of it. But go ahead. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was pretty much. I was done with my final word. Yeah. It's a genius plan. Hopefully, it comes to fruition. Well, it already has. It's just a matter of the heights and levels that it can continue to while they're figuring out their thing or attaching different streams of revenue or trying to build the bag as big as it can become for them. But yeah, that's the concept of it of them forming this company from what you call it, the mud, and taking it all the way to the point where they can compete in an arena. Well, I can even mention them as a company and corporation
And they talked
size
about it in
and
high school,
status.
Ace. They planned all
Yeah,
this freshman, sophomore year in high school. Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah. Of the Mouse Ears Corporation is come on,
It's
man. That's
fascinating. It is. It
yeah,
is. Out of Cleveland,
yeah,
out the mud, bro. Like,
yeah. So shout out to Klutch Sports and continued success. We all here at TATN know who the GOAT is, and he's been the GOAT in business and the GOAT and in basketball and the GOAT, you know, for our generation and yours as well. Because
Rich,
you
Rich,
still win.
Rich Paul knows it. He's just
Yeah.
trolling for clicks.
Yeah, but okay, it worked.
Yeah.
And it's working and
Yeah.
it's gonna continue to work.
Yeah.
Because uh, because if as you create this new narrative for the new generation, I mean, Michael Jordan isn't going to live forever. So now, I mean, he's already what 60 plus, and you know, Jordans are still selling. He's still $1 billion brand. He still did what he did for the NBA during his era. But now, you got this whole generation of people where LeBron is going to be their era, their GOAT. And as you keep creating this narrative, as you keep putting it out there, that Jordan image, that Jordan genre, we're going to pass on, and LeBron will be the GOAT. So,
And
it's
according to
genius for some
LeBron,
kids from yeah,
his goal was to be the greatest player ever. And, he'd be wrong not to pursue it as long as possible. But I just wish,
especially
I honestly,
he wouldn't say it.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
He wouldn't go on podcasts that he owned with JJ Redick and was probably going to be coach of the Lakers. And I just wish he'd involve himself in that damn conversation. It's just
because as long as as long as you're saying that, there's there's no way anybody with half a brain could believe that you're the goat over MJ, because he never ever had ever thought to have to say that, because everybody else would step in front of him and say that 10 times over, um, about him as the goat of basketball. So
and Michael Jordan liked Joe Dumars and Oscar Robertson. Those are guys he respected. Give me an idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, in today's episode, we delved into the fascinating world of sports agency and media influence, focusing on Klutch Sports Group, big ups, founded by Rich Paul in 2012. Klutch Sports has disrupted the normally pink or white dominated industry, and with its innovative approach and powerful connections, they actually help with the player empowerment movement in the NBA. Let's see. Rich Paul has become a highly influential figure in the sports industry. His close relationship with LeBron and the ability to negotiate over $2 billion in deals has solidified Klutch's position as a major player. They have a solid foundation, and we look for them to just dominate this particular space. We explored how Klutch exerts its influence on media narratives. Even Stephen A. Smith has shed light on how Klutch is shaping the conversation about LeBron to position him as the GOAT. We discussed the delicate balance between reporting objectively and maintaining relationships with powerful players and agencies so that you can win, as a business. Challenges and opportunities. As athletes and media professionals, we discussed the challenges posed by Klutch Sports grip on industry media. So not just Klutch. Okay, for some reason this has been pointed out, and obviously our spidey senses are tingling. Who's to say this hasn't always existed, right? Who's to say Lavendar and Hornwitz or Gold Penis and Warburg, weren't already doing this, had already signed some media people. I don't know, so that's probably worth looking into. So as athletes and media professionals, we discuss the challenges posed by Klutch grip on the industry. How can independent voices thrive in this landscape? What opportunities exist for alternative narrative and unbiased reporting? Yeah, well, that's why we're here. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, feel free to drop a comment below. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay loyal to the Navy and Orange out there. Bear down, FGB, and do not forget to bring your mouthpiece out there. All right, there, fella. Let's see here. Karen, can you get the sound?
Help me out, Karen.
Yeah, we're gonna get the sound here. Karen, get off the phone. Always calling the cops.
On the phone.
Yeah, I don't think she likes Hispanics either. Not sure.
Ask Karen to cue Karen, can you cue my video?
Cue the video. Aren't you co-host? I wonder why you can't. All right, I got you. Yeah, good job, Karen. Big ups to Karen. Cue in the video. No? Ask to start. Oh, my bad. Big ups to Karen. I guess he can't get that. All right. That's the spooks are messing with him.
Yeah.
And asking to start video. You clicking it?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, well. We're just going to have to go through it. All right, guys. Take it from the top. Oh. Yeah. So, y'all catch us on next week. We're going to cover copper darts. Black people in the dart game. Week after that, copper rowing. Like roll your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. What a metaphysical song. Means more as you get older. So if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please feel free to drop a comment below. Yeah, copper darts, and then copper rowing. All right, and then we got Fanta copper modeling on Monday. If not, on the Self Love Show, we're gonna unpack the curious case of Terrence Howard. Fascinating information. Everybody automatically assumes he's a crackpot about everything he says because he's not pink.
Yeah.
Maybe they start laughing at him. Some of the stuff is incredulous, and some of it is it's some stuff you can take away from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know how many inventions Einstein and Tesla and all these guys came up with that never panned out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But out of 100 theories,
they probably still are coming up with
100 theories, 3 of them are correct. You know, you got to sift through it.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So enjoy your memorial. Don't forget what it's about. It's more than just a 3-day weekend. And as you find yourself sliding through Chi-Town, might be over east on LSD.
It must be the spooks.
Yeah, of course it's the spooks. It's always the spooks. Small up to the spooks. You might be on the West Coast, Compton, Long Beach.
Mouthpiece included.
Keep your head on a swivel. Chi-Town head swivel.
Better guard your grill.
Better guard your grip. Better watch your back. Better check your six.
Mouthpiece included.
Look at that blind spot. Don't count on blind spot assist. Guard your grill. Knuckle up.
Better guard your grill.
And don't forget to
Mouthpiece included.
And don't forget to
Better guard your grill.
And don't forget to bring Mouthpiece.
You should know he